I lost 40 pounds in 4 months. Can we get a round of applause? It just took me 3 of these simple changes to my life to see the results, and I'll tell you exactly what I did. Let's get right into it. Okay, so first and foremost, yes, I was in a calorie deficit. And I know we're so tired of hearing calorie deficit, calorie deficit, calorie deficit, but I think being in a calorie deficit is more than just numbers. Once I actually realized what type of calories that I need to be eating, okay, that's what changed the game for me. You're probably wondering, how do I even calculate my calories? How do I know what calories to intake for my body type? Not a problem. Go on Google, okay? Go on Google, type in, so this is actually called calculator.net. So you go ahead, you put your age, your height, your weight, of course, and also how many times you work out during the week. What's your activity level? So for me, for example, I probably go for walks maybe 4 to 5 times in a week, but because I know sometimes I don't reach that 4 days, I would probably go 3 times a week. I would just put 1 to 3 times a week because, you know, you never know. And then you go ahead and click on that calculate button, and guess what? It's gonna give you your maintenance calories if you want extreme weight loss or mid weight loss, or what I used as well was ChatGPT. I used ChatGPT, simply did the same exact thing. I gave him, it's a guy, I call him him. I gave him my age, my weight, how much I want to lose by a certain date. Not only did it give me a deficit that I would need to be in, it also gave me meals. I'm telling you, 5-day meal plans that I need to eat with this amount of grams of protein and this amount of vegetables. And that's what I did. I stuck to it. And it worked. Now that we know how many calories that you need to intake every single day in order for you to lose a certain amount of pounds every single week, let's talk about scaling your food. Nobody told me, or at least I had to learn the hard way, what a serving size was. If you get nothing from this video, I want you to understand a serving size. Growing up in a Caribbean household, my mom would give me like 3 cups of rice, 2 drumsticks, and then we got plantain on the side with some salad, and then we got macaroni pie. Why am I eating all of that? But it was good though. It was good. It was good. I also want to mention that I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a food nutritionist or anything like that. I'm just letting you know what worked for me. Hopefully what I did can work for you as well. You actually don't realize how much food you're actually eating until you start weighing and start scaling your food. Because it's true, like, how do you know you're eating 1 cup of rice if you're not measuring 1 cup of rice? I was probably eating 2 to 3 times as much as my calorie intake. I was like, well, no wonder my back is big, baby. It could be as small as like olive oil. Olive oil, probably like a tablespoon is like 90 calories, for example. I didn't know that. Most times I would deep fry my food and it's not using a tablespoon of olive oil or vegetable oil, let alone that. Sorry, don't deep fry your food with olive oil. Please don't do that. Instead of deep frying, I opted to baking my items. Therefore, I'm not really using lots of oil, or any for the most part. And an air fryer. Oh, you cannot separate me from my air fryer. And I love making meals that are quick, easy, and I can eat for the whole week. So I started meal prepping, and I meal prep 5 days a week. And then like Saturday and Sunday, I would probably, you know, eat healthy for the most part, but I'm not overdoing it. Saturday and Sunday, you're out with your friends, you're enjoying this, you're doing that. Please be mindful. You did not be in a deficit this whole week just for you to go out and drink all your calories with some cocktails. I gave up alcohol. I gave up alcohol for like, I don't know how many months. Or now if I do drink, it is very, very mindful. Learning how to decenter food was not only hard, because that's what I used for comfort. When I'm sad, when I'm depressed, when I'm hungry, I'm just No. Decenter food, decenter food, decenter food, decenter food. I realized that the things that I was eating as well too was not helping keeping me full. Instead, I opted to having more protein and more fibrous foods in what I was eating. So I would have chicken, salmon, eggs, quinoa, steak. Ooh, I love steak. Okay, tuna. And then for fiber, let's go with broccoli. We got chia seeds. We got almonds. We got zucchini, sweet potato. Like when I started incorporating more whole foods, and that's what you need. You need whole foods in your diet. Stop being on a calorie deficit and saying, oh, I'm just gonna eat 150 calories of chips and I'm on a deficit. I'm on a deficit.
Now, baby girl.
When I started eating whole foods and I started weighing my food and I started having more portion control, that's when I realized that the back was unbigging. And I realized also that I was overeating so much. No wonder I put on 60 to I don't know how many pounds. When I'm eating more fibrous food, when I'm including more broccoli, more salad, more spinach, more kale in my food, my gut health drastically changed. Oh my goodness. I haven't felt bloated before my period in like months. I mean, this is TMI, but even today, I didn't even know that I was getting my period because I felt normal. Like it just, I was going about my days. Next thing you know, boom, period. I also included very much like anti-inflammatory foods like turmeric. Turmeric, I love turmeric. Turmeric and ginger. So I was just putting it all up in my foods. Like, because I stopped bloating so much. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's fun. It's fun eating vegetables. It's fun. It is not fun, but I know that there's a goal. There's a mindset that I have to get to, and I'm gonna get it. Plus, I've been eating big for I don't know how many months now. Let me just stop eating big for a few months until I get my weight back down, and then I can go back to maybe maintenance weight or something like that. Focus, 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 and just do the damn thing. Another thing of what I did is like when I would go out, when I did partake in going out to birthday dinners or like going out to eat with friends, because my friends love to eat and so do I. We love to eat. We love trying new restaurants, but I still went. I definitely still did because at the end of the day, I'm young. I'm still gonna have a little fun. Like, you know what I mean? But as compared to before, when I would go out to eat, I would have like 3 appetizers, 1 main dish, a dessert, and like 2 cocktails, for example. But now that mindset has completely changed. It's actually never that serious to be eating that much in one sitting. Even when you go out to like, you know, like a barbecue and you're running to the grill because you're eating a burger in a bun. It's 2 hot dogs, each with individual buns. And then you have like some chicken on the side, and then maybe if they got some vegetables, it's probably corn. Instead, now before I'm going out to eat, I'm looking at that menu, and this sounds bad, but sometimes I go to ChatGPT. If they don't have like the calories next to it, I just go to ChatGPT. I take a screenshot and I say, Chat, how much calories this got? How much calories this got? How much? And ChatGPT gonna give me a round number. I can work around that, implement that into my nutrition, into my daily intake. Now, also, I'm not ordering 2 to 3 appetizers anymore. Now that I know, okay, my budget for going out to eat is probably, I don't know, 1,500 calories or 1,000 calories. Now I know, okay, I can probably have this meal, I can have this drink, and maybe share a dessert with someone. And same thing goes with like, you know, when I'm at barbecues or even when I'm even having a cheap meal. I'm still like, okay, if I'm having a cheat meal, let's make it so it's within my calorie intake as well. So if I'm having 2 slices of pizza, I think 1 slice of pizza is 300 calories, depending on what toppings that you're putting on. So just sit there and imagine having 2 slices of pizza. You're at 600 right there. And my calorie intake budget for the day is 1,700. Choose wisely. And that's also why I started implementing more foods with volume. So like Instead of like just small piece chicken, small piece potato, now I'm eating chicken with like a huge bowl of like spinach and kale or mixed vegetables. I know that if I'm eating 300 calories of rice, I can get way more if I'm eating like vegetables with the same amount of calories, if not even less, and get full. And you know, I can really go into depth and into details about exactly what I ate, what my meal plans were, but I do want to save that for another video. So the next thing that I do want to talk about is intermittent fasting. When I used to think about fasting, I would be like, oh, people are just, if they have like a 3-hour eating window, oh, they're just eating for the whole 3 hours, huh? Look at that. Oh, that sounds good. No. Actually, when you're not eating, your body becomes into a fat burning mode because it's trying to find things to keep itself energized. So I need to be fasted in a fasted state as long as possible so my body could start eating my love handles for energy. It could start eating my arms for energy. And when I'm breaking my fast, I'm not breaking my fast with something very sugary. I know that most of the things that you eat turns into sugar after it breaks down in your body, but I don't want to break my fast by drinking a white hot chocolate from Tim Hortons. No, I want to break my fast with fiber. I want to break my fast with protein. I don't want to just focus solely on the sweets, the sugar first. I'm trying to avoid that. I'm trying to avoid a high spike in my insulin because I want to keep it as low as possible so that it's not too far off when I go back to not eating. It can drop down and start burning some fat some more. If I still want to indulge in some hot chocolate and some coffee, I'm still having it, but I'll have it in moderation. I'll have it at the end of everything that I've ate. So after eating my fiber, after eating my protein, after eating my grains, then I'll have it last. 9 times out of 10, I'm already full, so I'm not finishing that cup. That's if I even have that cup. Most of the times, I'm just drinking water. I just started drinking water, and sometimes some diet lemonade. And it's still being done because I'm still on that type of mindset right now to this day. Before I'm even breaking my fast, I'm also drinking lots of water. And then after I'm eating, I'm drinking lots of water. And then until my next meal, I'm drinking lots of water. So I'm actually keeping myself full with some water. I actually ate 2 meals a day because I'm in a fasted state every single day. So every single day I fast until 1 p.m. and then I end the fast at 7 p.m. Or if I'm really, really hungry earlier in the day, then I'll do 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. I did not snack in between. But if I was craving something that I really, 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 really wanted, let's say I was like craving like some chips, some Dorito chips, sponsor me. Right after I'm like done my meal, I'm eating my nutritionist meal, so I'm eating my protein, I'm eating my fiber, and then after I'll be like, okay, let me indulge in some Doritos or something like that. One thing that I noticed is instead of me snacking in the middle of the day, I noticed that I'm eating less when I'm snacking right after my meal because I'm already full. I'm not even finishing the bag anymore, y'all, which you probably shouldn't. Probably just eating like a handful of chips and then I'm good. I'm like, you know what? That satisfied my craving, I'm good. But candy, yeah, so like candy, chips and stuff like that, I still had in moderation, but right after dinner. Okay, now what I did in terms of working out. The most I did was walk. Prior to even getting into like my walking era, I did work out. I did lift weights for like, I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks. But then I was just like, I don't think this is really getting to the goal that I want to. Well, I remember when I was younger, I was so active. One, because I had a retail job. So instead of the job that I'm now, where I'm just sitting every day at my desk, not even getting any movement in, before I was working at the mall, so every time a customer came in, they're asking for a shoe. We're climbing these things to get the shoes, like going back and forth in the stock room to the floor. And on my lunch break, I'm going on a walk across the mall, I'm going shopping. And then on top of that too, I did work out and all I did was go on the elliptical. And I remember that, and I know our body changes after a while, but I'm just like, girl, I can't be following these girls on IG who are 5 foot, 130 pounds, beautiful, beautiful woman, but I'm like 5'7". I'm almost 300 pounds. There's no way that we can have the same workout routine and look the same. I need to switch it up. I need to go to what I know works best for me. So not only did I start watching people who looked like me, people who looked like me were just walking. They were just doing cardio. They were just, you know, hiking. I say, and maybe some people are not gonna like it, I say, girl, just sweat off that weight for the first 6 months and then start toning up. That's what I say, you know, but not everyone agrees. Not everyone has the same method. Some people want to go right into the strength training and then like body recomp as they're losing the weight. But for me personally, I want to see that I'm losing weight so I can stay motivated, or I'm going to go back to eating Doritos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And now I know there's a trend right now that's going like 10K steps. I did not do 10K steps. Some days I did surpass 10K, like I got to like 11K, 12K. I think for me, what really worked for me was just moving my body, period. The best thing to do is just move your body, especially if you're someone who works at a stable job where you're just sitting every single day. The only steps you're taking is to the fridge and back to your room. Go swimming, go for a hike, go walk your dog. Like, I don't even got a dog, but I'm pretending like I did so I could walk him every day. Find something that you love to do. I love walking, but I hate running. You will never catch me running. I don't remember the last time I even ran full speed. But what you will see me is in the morning in the gym on the treadmill, going 3 on the incline of like maybe 8, 7, some days 6 if I'm not really feeling it, but I'm just gonna get it through. And I'm doing that straight for 1 hour. I downloaded a Netflix show, or I'm using the gym's Wi-Fi to watch my Netflix show, tilt that screen, and I'm walking for an hour, and next thing you know, you're done. And that's like what, almost 400 calories that you're burning right there. I want you to understand, it does get boring, but the same way that you are probably sitting on your butt right now and watching me and not doing any activities to get yourself out there is the same way you probably could have been on a treadmill for 30 minutes. I know you be scrolling on your phone on TikTok, you know, going up, going up, going up. That same way that you've been scrolling, girl, go take a walk on that treadmill. Take a walk on that treadmill and make it competition. Make it fast speed so that every time that you have to do scroll up, you have to walk a little bit faster, you know, to get to the phone and scroll. I'm laughing because I did that. I did that. What really changed it for me was I remember one day my friend sent me a picture of myself, and it was like in the summer where I thought I looked good and I knew I was putting on weight, but I didn't know how much weight. You actually don't know how much weight you put on until you see a picture of yourself off guard. Oh, okay. The next day I went to my brother and I was like, yo, how much you weigh? He's like, oh, like, I don't know, 240 or something like that. And if you see my brother, like, he's big. He's real big. And I was just like, I know we're not supposed to compare ourselves to men or whatever, but I'm just like, okay, like, let's go step on the scale. So he weighs himself, it's like 230 something, whatever. I stepped on that scale and I was like 280 something pounds. I remember he just looked up at me and he was just like, yeah, nah, you're gonna have to do something about it. Because not only that, my health was going downhill. The thing is that I was probably weighing more because at that time I was just in the beginning of like my weight loss journey. So imagine me, almost 300 pounds. Yeah. What am I doing with myself? That I used to feel sexy in everything that I wear. In that 1 year that I was almost 300 pounds, everything that I wore did not work for me, did not fit. It would just keep riding up, or the buttons would not close, the zippers would not close, and I'm just like, yeah, what is going on? Today I actually weigh 239 pounds, so I'm really close to my goal weight. I mean, I'm still in my 20s. I still got time to be sexy. I still got time to be outside, you know, and not breathing hard when I walk down the street. If I had not made that change, I would have still been at the weight that I was previously, and I still would have been depressed. I still would have been sad. I still would have been avoiding pictures. Now catch me in those pictures. And the thing is, I know I'm not even at where I want to be yet, and I already feel better. I already look better. And nobody tells you that you get that big unless you have a brother. Unless you have a brother, then he really gonna straighten you up. He's really gonna tell you, because my brother was the only one. He was the only one that could come up to me and be like, mm. So shout out to him if he's watching. No one is going to help you physically to lose that weight. No one but yourself. And if you cannot put in that work, if you cannot have that dedication to actually get to where you want to be, if you can't take yourself serious, girl, who gonna take you serious? Right. This is not me like trying to be like aggressive towards you or anything. I'm just saying it how it is, because you clicked on this video for a reason. You did not click on this video just to hear me talk about weight loss. You're clicking on this video to maybe hear something that might help you. So I hope you did learn something from this video. I will be making more series. I will be talking more about my weight loss journey, because I still am presently in it. So if you are here and you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss my next videos. But other than that, I will see you. I will see you, and I will catch you. I will catch you if you just out here looking at my videos and you're not subscribing, girl. What are you doing? But anyways, it's your girl Ray, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Should that be my new catchphrase? It's your girl Ray. Like, that's why did that just made me cringe. Okay, bye.